The fastest people possess enhanced running skills and motor coordination, which allow them to reduce the negative forces that act upon their body during sprinting. There are mainly three forces that can make or break any runner. Gravity is the force that pulls you down, and based on Newton's third law of motion, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. The force that will push you into the ground will subsequently bounce back to propel you forward. But what propels you forward, if you push downwards, that is the second force. The second force acting upon a runner's body is a state of inertia. Based on Newton's first law of motion, an object either remains at rest or continues to move at a constant velocity unless acted upon by a force. As soon as you get up to speed from the starting blocks, you'll be moving towards the finish line at the same velocity, but for some reason, everyone will always slow down. Now, the slowing down is because of the third force. Friction. That messes up the whole running process. Friction is the stopping force. The moment you put the foot on the ground, a conflict will be initiated between your initial velocity and kinetic friction. Friction will try its best to stop you, and your velocity will decrease due to a lack of acceleration. In the process of this turmoil, it's essential to let your feet spend as little time on the ground as possible to minimize friction and maintain a given velocity. However, you do want to maximize forward drive and force by pushing backwards rapidly and hard. This is due to the fact that running efficiently actually relies on your tendon's elasticity. Just as an example, when walking or running, the Achilles tendon stretches when the foot hits the ground, and all of this stored energy is released like a spring during the toe-off phase. This is the body's way of conserving metabolic energy while running, walking, jumping rope, etc. Now, when stretched like a spring, tendons store elastic energy. When the spring is released, it snaps back rapidly to its initial condition, utilizing the elastic energy that was stored. Here you can see muscle fibers and contraction, as well as the tendons. During classic muscle training, it's always a slow contraction to maximize the muscle as opposed to the tendon. The muscle fibers actively change in length during this movement, and the tendons do not. However, during rhythmically oscillating movements, running, hopping, jumping rope, etc., it is all tendons, and the muscle fibers contract almost isometrically in this scenario, while the facial collagenous elements lengthen and shorten like an elastic yo-yo spring. The tendons stretch and then recoil, storing and returning elastic strain energy. Here you can see classic muscle training as in a standard calf raise versus hopping, running, or jumping rope. Clearly, the difference is obvious.
Nothing came easy for me, no matter how hard I believed. Never did fit in the mold. It's not gonna work, I've been told. I'm just too stubborn, I guess. Maybe it's all just a test. Heart beating out of my chest. No is a word that I will not accept. They say I should go home, square pegging around hole. I had to they know. On my left, I had to keep fighting. I'ma prove them wrong or I'ma die trying. Head like a stone, heart like a lion. I'ma prove them wrong or I'ma die trying. Whoa, 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 oh, oh. What people don't understand, there is no alternate plan. Failure's not something I fear.